Okay, mic is on. Sorry, let's get a partial here. That is a nice looking candle. This is a good way to start the day. I'm going to want to take a partial on this one quickly, and we could spin the wheel of Pat. So, Vapool, please take a partial on this for me right now. This is fantastic. So, TP1 at a 2.32, something like this. We got our partial. We are in business. I've got a lot to talk about today. Yesterday was not a fun stream because we were in drawdown, but we did end up profitable. Yesterday, we hit $3,100 on the EG trade that I gave at the end of stream. So, really focused on what we're doing here. We are going to be looking for some trades today. We're going to be looking to make some money today. Let's go ahead and just get this started. Take a look at yesterday right here. I'll be adding this. So yesterday, 1,679. Today, 1,700 on that partial. So yesterday, how the hell did we end up profitable? Well, we're gonna have to go through that. But first, before we go through that, let's do the wheel of Pat. We had no winners yesterday. We have to have some winners today. We won the trade. TP1. We have to win. Oh no. Okay, I'm doing an extra spin. We're getting rid of a zero. We're hitting the zeros too much. Let's remove one of the zeros here today. Enough with the zeros, okay? This thing's rigged. Let's give it another spin. We need some winners today, okay? We got to have some good luck today. And we have 3 winners, okay? I want to see. Citru is a winner. Cressy Dave is a winner. And who is the third winner? Jwen. You are a winner. These are our 3 winners. Shout out to all of our wonderful contestants in the Wheel of Pat. Now, if we go into my Instagram now, make sure you follow my Instagram account in order to qualify to win these raffles at FX Trade with Pat. We seem to be rejecting here, so make sure that you send me a DM on Instagram showing me who you are. Just take a screenshot of your YouTube. That will do the trick. Now let's go right back into our trade. Whoa, did we ever reject off of that TP1? Now that means we had a good partial. We are now at break even in this trading position. Do I want to take more off the table? Probably not. I want to let this one ride. You know, yesterday's stream was really, really annoying. Even though we ended up being profitable on the stream, we were just watching these drawdown trades, you know? I want to watch winning trades. I don't care if we win off the stream, after the stream. I want to win on the stream. It gives me a little more juice, something to talk about. I've got a coffee going this morning, so I'm excited. I was already at the gym at 7 a.m., so I've been grinding this thing out today. We've got our first win of the day, and we're going to make some mool. Thank you, Hayden. Thank you about the stories. Okay, so let's go into yesterday, exactly what happened on our EG trading position. We will obviously be monitoring this Nasdaq trade I got into. I guess I should tell you why I took it. You could see here we had a really strong pullback. Had a level of support I was looking at right here. Got a good reaction off of the EMA, something I've been watching a little bit more lately on my streams, and I should be watching even closer. So had the nice pullback, had to move up, decided to get into the trade, pushed up even further. So just a little trend line play right here. Not the best trend line, but 3 touches, and then the 4th touch actually right at the EMA. That could have been an entry too, but we played it a little bit safer, got a little bit more momentum, had a little bit of a break of structure there. So that's what we were looking at. Now this thing is firing down. Luckily we did hit our take profit right there on an awesome trade. So I'm going to do some analysis for you on EJ quickly because Maverick is losing his mind. But I do want to talk about some other things and see what we're doing. So you can see right here, I do have a level of supply, right? We're inside a level of supply right now. Big level of supply. 15-minute supply zone. So we'd be looking to sell from this area, right? or you're going to want to see a breakout the top of supply, a retest of supply, then you would be buying. Now, everybody relax in the chat a little bit here. I love that you're chatting, but I want to get into yesterday's EG trade. So this was the trade we took at the end of stream. Now, I left this trade, and you could see I hit this thing perfectly, but you could see you had many opportunities to exit this trade at the level I did, because we clearly formed a strong level of resistance there. You know, we were just reacting off of this level like crazy, but I was able to get out right at the top, right after breaking this level right here. So this was the EG trade. I got into this trade. We were in drawdown for about 40 minutes, and then I decided to leave the stream. You know, it was just, we were over 2 hours on stream. Then you could see, like I said, we're getting pretty good reactions off of the EMA here. 1, 2, 3. So maybe I should have entered on the EMA. Maybe that's something we'll be looking at today, an EMA entry. I got a partial take profit right here, and then I let the trade ride, hit my second take profit up here, and I made $3,100 on this trading position. And we had one where we lost $2,600 earlier. So you could see we did end up in a really, really good place at $1,600. Today, $1,700 as we move into our trades for today. Hobby wants me to take a look at Bitcoin. Let's take a quick look at Bitcoin. This was the Bitcoin trade that I offered yesterday. It was a buy trade. It was using our strategy, and you could see it was a sniper entry here. You would have won that trade, and if you stayed in that trade, you would have won even more. Okay, so we've had a bit of a pullback right here on your Bitcoin. So we're at our EMA. Maybe we'll be looking to buy again today on Bitcoin, but I don't really do Bitcoin trades that much on the chart. Now, we also want to talk about our free trade. There was a lot of people hating on the free trade. Oh, Pat, are you still in the free trade? Are you still in the free trade? I don't know about the free trade. Look. Okay, what the hell's this yellow line? Get off of my screen, yellow line. Okay, H1 time frame here. Let's take a look and see. This is what it looks. All right, let's go H4 time frame just to clean it up a little bit further. This was the trade. Okay, look. Resistance at the top, support at the bottom. You can see price. Look at what price did. Okay, price came down, price went up, price came down, price is going up, right? Waves. The market goes in waves. The market ranges over 70% of the time. Now, if you can draw your range, you can take advantage. Now, we have our trend line, obviously. We got the break in that, and we pushed up. Now, we had our support. We had a good level of support. We had our stop loss well below that. The stop loss was below this. So, we're only getting a 1-to-1, but this was the free trade. People kept saying, are you still in this trade? Yes, I was still in this trade. I stayed in this trade, and now we look at this trade, and it's a wonderful trade. You know, look, we waited, and our support held, and price shot up, and we won the trade, right? Very, very simple trading stuff here, right? Not complicated stuff. Very, very simple stuff. We do have news. Yes, we do have news. I'll be looking at all your charts. Don't worry, everybody. I love you. We do have news today. So news is at 10 a.m. Jolt's job openings. This is something we're going to have to be a bit careful about today. Yesterday we traded the news. We were able to win, but it was a risky move. Now my Nasdaq trade is reversing on me a little bit right here. Feel free to give me a follow on Twitter. We're over 6,000 followers. I'd like to get that up to 10,000 followers soon. Can I do 10,000 in a single live trading stream? I hope so. That is my new goal. Let's go ahead and get back to our charts. So this was our free trading position. Entered right here. Not the cleanest entry. Exit right here. And I might be trading a take profit too on this one in my VIP. I don't know. Let's go ahead and take a look at what are we looking at right now. We have another gold win this morning in the VIP Telegram room. That was a nice little trade that we had there. If we pop into Telegram and we go into the gold trading room, just a quick 300 pips. Moved our stop loss on that one right there. And obviously in the free trading room, 78,000 people caught this win. This is the win I was just talking about. 78,000 people caught that win. I gave that to you. I gave that to you for free. So make sure that you join the free trading room. The link is in the description. Now let's do some trading. I don't even think I did a clap for that win I had earlier. So let's just get a clap in right there. Make sure that everybody's paying attention. Alrighty. Sean Carter caught our gold win this morning. Absolutely. Peter, there was a gold trade this morning. I don't know. Look at the Telegram room. Look closely. Look closely. Oh, what are we doing today? What are we doing today? We got a little watch on. Everybody loves when Pat wears his watch. That means I'm serious business. So, still tracking this one, obviously. We've got some people looking for trades today. I'm looking for trades today. Nasdaq is going a bit crazy here. You know, we're getting push up, we're getting a push down, and we are setting our range. How are we trading today? What is our trading model today? What are we looking for today? I'm not sure exactly, but we're gonna find something. Okay, what am I? Sorry, let me just see if I can find a target here for me on NQ. Maybe a high target. Well, that's a crazy target up here. A little FVG up here, but we are filling this FVG right here currently. Yeah, so we're gonna have to go way up if we want to go way up. And if that would be nice, that would be obviously a very big win. And if we were to get a win like that, we'd definitely be spinning that damn wheel. So hope everybody's doing great today. We got over 1,000 people in the chat, and we are cooking. All right, what are we doing? We're taking a look at gold for my boy Brent in the chat. On gold here, let's take a look. We are at a level of support right now. Okay, you can see we've pulled back significantly, so it's a potential buy here for us on gold. I know we have pulled back, but it's a potential buy, and we are at a level of minor support off of this level right here. So hopefully we can push off of that level as well and really get it. Now I'm looking at EU this morning for a potential buy. This is a potential buy right here. I was looking at this earlier. You can see we have a level of support right here. Okay, we're on that 5-minute time frame. Why do you want notifications? Okay, you can show me some notifications. All right, let me just take a look at my phone right here, see if I have any people messaging me. No, nothing's going on. No one cares about me at 9:43. They know that I'm streaming and I'm paying attention to you because I love you. But what do we got going on this morning? All right, it's 9:43. Our range is almost created. What is our range? Our range on EU right here, right here. Are we going to get a break on this trend line? Are we going to trade EU up for a nice little scalp this morning? We've already had a good reaction to our support level, have some positive momentum. So this is the type of trade that I do like to trade. The type of thing I like to do on stream regularly. So this is going to be a trade opportunity for us this morning. You know that I do love to trade on stream. I am a little bit more patient in my my personal trading accounts that are much larger than this one, but on stream I like to take some risks. Right now we are respecting our trend line and pushing down. Let's see where that range gets created, and while we do that, let's go into the trading strategy for the day. This is what we're going to be looking at today. Let's look at our stream trading model. The candle at 9:30 to 9:45 on the 15-minute time frame. It goes up, it goes down, right? And then during that, it does your candle high, your candle low, and that is our range top and our range bottom. Once our range top and our range bottom is set, we come over here and we're just monitoring, right? So now we're on the M5 time frame. We got 1, 2, 3 candles on the M5 time frame. We got a fourth one, 950. Nothing's really happening. Price is just staying within our range. Then look at this. We got a break and close outside of the range. That tells us we want to buy. Sometimes we do it with trend direction. Lately, we've been trading against the trend, which is fine because we're scalping. And then you do have the entry. Where are you going to enter? You're going to enter at the top of the close, the retest, the FVG, the midline, the demand zone. We're using discretion when we trade. And that's why you watch the stream, to understand how I trade. And, you know, maybe you like how I trade, maybe you don't. Maybe you pick up one thing that I do that you want to add to your trading plan. That's absolutely fine. You don't have to copy me. But on this one, we did an FVG, took profit here, let the rest ride, and our Nasdaq trade's looking pretty good right now. So let's go ahead and get back over to that Nasdaq trade and start taking a look at our created range. We have a created range here on EU, and we have something very similar on GU. And I was also thinking about EG, because look, EG has kind of fallen off of a cliff right here. Major pullback. We bought yesterday on EG. There's a chance that we could buy on EG again. It is, however, continuing to push down. But, you know, do you really want to sell? Maybe you could sell it down to this support right here. But I'm not incredibly confident about EG, so I'm mostly focused on GU and EU right now. These are my focuses, and you know, got to pay attention to that EMA as well here. So potential opportunity, want to see some candle closes, right? Candle closes out of the range, top of the range, bottom of the range. We want to see a candle close at the top, and then we can decide if we want to enter the trade. Saiva Sudeva Pranith wants me to take a look at UJ. Now that is how you pronounce a name, folks. All right, UJ, this one's a bit tough. Price has been pushing up. We are coming into a level of resistance. You could see this level being respected here. Okay, level was respected here, and now we are in this level right now. So this, you know, it's a tough one. I don't really know if I would trade this one necessarily. Brent is talking gold right now. Okay, so let's go back into gold. UJ, that's something we could check back in on in a bit. But let's go into gold right now. People believe that it's going to fill the weekend gap, and we're crashing down a fair bit on gold right now. So I'm not sure exactly if this is the play for us, but let's see if we want to. Probably EU, GU is kind of what we're thinking right now for a trade setup. This seems like kind of more an easier trade setup. Gold right here, we're also looking at, obviously, gold has pulled back significantly here. And you do see gold really respecting this EMA. So, hey, an EMA trade would have been pretty nice this morning. Maybe we take an EMA trade. Maybe the price comes back and we trade it down at that point. You know, the EMA's just, it's been doing a pretty good job on stream lately. I have it on my chart and I'm just looking at it. And it's not something I use all the time, but it's looking pretty good. Aimpley wants me to take a look at EG. Yeah, EG has really fallen off of a cliff here this morning. You can see we had that buy on EG yesterday, which we won. Sadly, we were sitting in drawdown for 40 minutes on stream, and everyone was leaving the stream when we could have been winning trades. But hey, we're looking good. All right, look at someone is talking about NQ for a potential orb play. I am in NQ right now. Again, look at NQ as well, respecting that EMA. The EMA has been strong on a lot of these pairs, so that's something we want to just keep watching. Looking pretty good on that about 1500 right now on this NQ trade, and we're just kind of hanging out looking for trading positions. Any idea on gold? Well, I keep looking at gold. You know, we're at a support level, but we've fallen off of a cliff here. It's not really a great orb play for me, right? It's been a lot of red. I don't really want to sell out of this level, right? This is my support level. And now it's a big support zone, which makes it difficult. So I'm not sure if I have a gold play this morning, but I will be monitoring to see if we do have a gold play. I'm also looking at USD Swiss franc. So where the hell is my USD Swiss franc chart? There it is. Let's pull that up. So, I'm kind of organizing these in order of what I'm interested in. All right. I am interested in a potential EU play. You could see we are respecting our trend line right here on EU. I have a GU play. You can see on this one, we broke out of the trend line, which is very, very nice. We're respecting the EMA a little bit right here, but broke out of that. We are ideally looking for a breakout on GU, a closed candle, and potentially a retrace back to this level right here, kind of our demand level. That could be a potential entry for us on GU. That's probably the most possible. And we also have this USD Swiss franc trade right here that I'm looking at as well. So this one, we have a really nice looking trend line. So we are looking for a break out the bottom, close, retest of that trend line, potentially get a little bit of a sell. Maybe we're just selling the pullback here back to our EMA, but we'll see. This is, there's potential for a buy on this one as well if we were to kind of pull out, close above this level, right? Maybe pull back and then respect the trend line, right? So these are the opportunities that I think are most likely this morning as I look for kind of a A+ setup and try not to get into something too risky. Now, obviously, we do have news coming across the table. News will be coming across the table at 10 a.m. That's what I'm talking about right here, 10 a.m. So that's something we have to be careful about. And while you're at it, why don't you give me a follow on Twitter, and maybe you can comment. Can I do $10,000 in a single trade? If you believe in me, leave a comment. Tell me that I can. And let's just get back to the markets. People want me to take a look at GJ. So let's go ahead and take a look at GJ. GJ has been flying quite high here. We have broken out of our EMA and really starting to look like we're in a bit of an uptrend here. So there's a lot of room for us to go still as far as I'm concerned. I don't see any major resistance really. Nothing too significant. I guess this level right here has been respected a little bit, and that's where we are, but there's potential here. Is that something we want to do? Maybe. We have a level of demand right there. That could be an entry. We do have a fair value gap right here. That could be an entry. And this is on GJ. I also think that we have UJ as an option. So let's pull UJ up. This is what we're doing. What do we want to trade? So UJ right here. Yeah, I was saying that this one is at a resistance level on UJ. So I was less confident on that one. Maybe GJ is the better play. We don't have a clear level of resistance. There is some resistance, but this is a ways away now. This is older price action, and it's not as clean. Again, on UJ, it is older price action as well, but it is much cleaner. Much bigger spikes, as you can see, really reacting off of that level. So that's a level that we have to respect a little bit, and that's what we do when we're trading. So we right now are looking at opportunities here on GJ. Maybe let's see if we get a trade here. Maybe we get a trade here. Just trading. We pushed up. We're not on a close yet. We're looking for a close in about 5 seconds, which would be at about this level right here. And maybe some people are going to enter off of the close. That's a classic position as well. I think I'm going to wait for a pullback if I'm going to trade this one. But obviously, I'm always, just looking for good trade opportunities, and I am a pullback trader, so I always want to see if I could get a better price. Now, that does make me miss out on trades sometimes, but overall, that's absolutely fine. Let's go ahead and take a look at our NQ position, which we do have open. And are we looking for more trades on this? We have the top of our range, the bottom of the range. Are we going to close out the top of the range and then fire up even further? I hope so, because I have a TP2, and my TP2 is all the way at the moon. So that is my moon TP2. Hopefully we could hit that. That would be awesome, and then we could spin the wheel of Pat and we could continue to cook. Yeah, I got this from Marshall's last week, Stoic Trades. I love this shirt. Jeep on the back. I think it looks dope. I prefer if it was a Porsche shirt. It would match my car. Yeah, of course I can teach you how to set up the orb. Yes, this is not financial advice. I did show the disclaimer before we started trading. These are just my trades. What I do is what I do. Don't follow me. I'm not a financial advisor. I am a trader, and I am trading. Do what you will with that information. Thank you for mentioning that. Yes. Oh, Cece's got a Jeep. Shout out to Cece. We got girls in the chat right now. Shout out to Paul and June. Much love. Phase on. We're definitely looking for trades today. We are looking for trading opportunities. The ones that I'm looking at right now, I was looking at EU. EU respected the trend line right here. So now I'm looking more at GU probably as my number one opportunity. And we are getting a pullback right now on GU. So there is a potential for a buy here on GU, but we do have news coming in about 2 minutes, so we're probably going to have to chill out a little bit. We could probably trade the bottom of the range here. You could also target, well, if you're targeting down here, now you're targeting outside of our range, which is not something we want to do. Also taking a look at EJ. And everybody say shout out to my man Vapul. He's always with us. Taking a look at the charts as well. So EJ, we've had a resistance now turn support. As you can see right there. You can see we had this level right here. This was also a supply level, and we've now broken through that level. So where would we enter a trade on EJ? Well, what kind of a pullback can we get? I think on this one we would probably be looking at a FVG entry. Something like this here would give us some potential for a nice winning trade to start off the day on stream. Now let's just go back into my NQ because I can't talk too much. I want to pay attention to my open trade, as I like to watch my open trades. You know, yesterday was the most annoying stream because, you know, we ended up being profitable. Let me go ahead and take a look at those results and show you those results. It was a really nice day, but if you watched the stream, you would have thought we lost $10,000 because we were just in drawdown in all of these trades. The most annoying one was the EG. We were just like in drawdown as soon as I entered this trade for, you could see 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15, like 15 5-minute candles. I'm just sitting there in drawdown. I finally leave the stream. As soon as I leave the stream, price shoots up. So we were able to cash in on that position, and that one went for 3,100, which is awesome stuff. So we're looking to do that again today. So here we are now, just seeing if we can get a breakout of this orb for you on NQ, but more for me. Now we do have news coming right now. at 10 a.m. Are we going to catch that news candle? Are we going to catch? Come on. No. Let's keep pushing that news candle. Let's have a little fun now. Let's get a lucky news candle. We are break even on this trade, and we do have our take profit one taken. So news is hitting at 10 o'clock. Maybe we could catch a lucky candle right here and really flip this account, baby. Come on, push. And while we're waiting for this push, please smash that like button for me. Thanks so much for coming out. I love having you here every single morning. You know, the live stream is something I thought I was going to do maybe once, maybe twice. Did I just see Stephen Webb in there? Did I see my boy Stephen Webb? Or am I seeing things? Stephen, I thought I saw Stephen. Comment, Stephen, if you're there. But absolutely, I'm so happy that we get to do this. I thought I was going to do this like 1 or 2 times. And then I started winning on stream, and I was like, okay, maybe we'll just do this all the time. And now we're up to 3 days a week, 9:30 a.m. Eastern, and our community is growing. We have 1,250 people in here right now. Honestly, if there was 100 people in here, I'd still do it because I love you guys so much. That's why I give you the trades. That's why I give you free trades in my Telegram. And we won our free Telegram trade, but I am watching this candle right now. And after 10 o'clock here, once this news starts to settle down, I think we're going to have a trade opportunity on some other pairs. So just been watching this, seeing if we get a good news candle reaction. Did have a pretty good spike at first, but now we are settling in. Now people want me to take a look at some other pairs, but I am watching this trade. Okay, let me see. People, the orb. Okay, yeah, sorry. I was just gonna say, people keep asking about the orb settings right here. Just make sure that your time zone in the bottom right here is -4, and then you can see right here, custom range 9:30 to 9:45, -4. That's the New York Stock Exchange open. Have the time period at 15 minutes. That is all you have to do. And then we're looking for a break and a close to help us with direction. And then we're looking for good entries, right? Look at this baby fly. Give me a news candle. Let's make some money here. Come on, baby. Let's make a play today. All right, I got myself a coffee going here this morning, so my energy level's a little bit higher. That's my favorite hockey team there. As a proud Canadian, still play hockey. Shout out to Nuno. What's going on, brother? Oh, Gladys. Love to see Gladys in the chat. Man, this trade is cooking here. Sitting at about 2,000 right now. Shout out to Andre, first time in the chat. Much love. We got Ben in a GU trade. We got Fresh to Death. Jeff took this NQ trade with me. Shout out to Fresh to Death. Kraken's already out of this trade, made 2,800 this morning. Shout out to Kraken. Didn't see that IPL final match. Right now, really focused on my hockey and basketball. That is the season that it's in for me. We're in the playoffs, so I'm focused on that. Okay, please find trade Saeed. Right now we are in a news section. Oh, shout out to 1,337 people in watching the video right now. So we got Leet in the stream. All my gamers know we got Leet in the stream. So just watching this trade right now, having a little fun. We've had a bunch of people get in on this trade. I'm thinking about going long on US CAD. I don't do sports betting. You know, one summer I did sports betting. I had an account. It was pathetic. I was quite young, right? I had $25, I think, in the account, and I traded for a full summer. And at the end of that summer, I was at $25. So I went down to $5 a few times, my last 5, and I kept winning my way back in. I was doing baseball parlays. It was the only way to make baseball enjoyable for me. Well, you can do whatever you want, Fasan. I am not a financial advisor, but I am looking to wait a little bit. I want to let the news kind of pass a bit here before we look in trades. Yes, I am looking at US CAD. Obviously, if you guys want, I can take a look at some other pairs for you soon. I'm just kind of watching this NQ trade right now. We're seeing some pretty big pushes here. And, you know, I want to stay on this chart because when my editor clips this later, when I smash that TP2, I want to make sure that I'm on this page. I want to make it easy for the editor, right? Ahmed, I love you, brother. I'll take a look at US CAD for you in a second. There is a potential long there, but we do want to let price settle down after the news. I gave an analysis of GJ, and someone told me they're in it, and it is going. Yes, so this fair value gap entry, very nice. What were we talking about? US CAD as a potential buy here. Look at the work Vapul's doing for us. Vapul's always doing work for us. We want to let price settle a little bit here. You could see we got a lot of big candles here. Yeah, obviously you could have got in on this tap right here. Bit of a pullback, would have won that trade already. EU breaking out the bottom, respected the trend line. GU, okay, good thing we didn't take this trade, right? Good thing we did not take that trade. So news is doing things, and it's pulling to a level of demand right here, but that's a big red candle. We're never going to enter on that. Let's get back to the NQ trade. We are definitely flying high. Show the settings for this, for the orb, of course. Just take a look at my orb settings right there. Give it a gander. 15 minutes, 9:30 to 9:45, UTC -4. You also want to have UTC -4 here, New York. Let me pull that back up for you. I didn't give you enough time. I'm sorry. But we are just taking a look at this trade, looking at different trading opportunities this morning. Ahmed, I think you are the best, and I love you all. IDK wants me to do a little GU check, so let's take a look at GU. Yeah, GU is falling off a cliff right now. I do not enter on candles like this, right? Learn your lesson. You enter on that was what you call a falling dagger. We want to have something a little bit more stable. When you start seeing huge candles, it's really difficult. Now, see gold here falling off of a cliff. Could have had an orb entry as you exited here on gold. It was right at a level of support, though. You could see this was my support level right here. So I was looking more for buy potential, but gold seems to be falling off of a cliff this morning. I don't see any real support level, so, you know, just here, I guess, is your closest support. That's not strong. There's potential for that to keep pushing down. I don't see a trade for me on gold this morning. What the hell's happening to my NQ? So NQ had a close above the orb, and it is giving a pullback right now. And you do have a strong level of demand right here. So if you want to get in on an NQ trade with me, this is a potential entry zone for you at the demand. Now, that's not financial advice. Whew. That's a lot of talking, guys. Steven, what's going on, Steven? You in an oil trade? I thought I saw you in chat. Steven is in an oil trade right now. What was your trade though, Steve? I don't, you know, did you enter on the close? Is that what you did? Let me know, big dog. Love seeing Stephen Webb in the chat. Love seeing Stephen Webb in the chat. Okay. We're getting a pretty good reaction off NQ. Maybe have a bit of a minor support at this level. Maybe. Is that a minor support? Maybe. Because that's a pretty good reaction right there. Shout out to all of the South African viewers in here today. Supreme, I can't say that, but let's take a look at Euro US dollar. EU had a close, and we've been bearish here. Okay, and we are at a support. We broke through, right? This was my support. We broke through the support, so we closed below support. All right, there's a potential here. You know, this might be a short, right? Close below support, close below the orb, indicating down, well below our EMA, respecting our trend line. So what would the potential entry be on this position right now? Maybe you would be looking for a short position on EU this morning at our trend line. Maybe something like that. Yeah, maybe something like this. Could be a potential on EU this morning. I'm looking for some A+ this morning. I want to get a good trade. Orb is the range breakout. I'll give you a little explanation. Yeah, so let's say, okay, where are we going? Let's go USD Swiss franc. This can be a long opportunity. So you can see here at 9:30 a.m. it's the New York Stock Exchange open. So if you take these three candles right here, okay, it's like a 15-minute candle. There's three candles. This candle top was there. This candle bottom was there. And so that created the top of the range and the bottom of the range. And then you're looking for a candle close above or below on the 5-minute time frame. Here we got a close above. That tells us that we're looking for buys. Then we're looking for a trade opportunity. Where would that trade opportunity come? Well, it would probably come at the range midline. Could potentially be at the bottom, could potentially be at the top, could even be right as you break. These are all options that you can use when trading the range breakout, but there's a lot of other things involved, a lot of discretion. So we are hard at work this morning looking for a trading opportunity. Hell yeah. This is a potential long. And USD CAD, also a potential long, but I don't like seeing these big candles here. I want to see some smaller candles. I want to see a bit of a smaller reaction. So don't love that trade. GJ's taking off, UJ's taking off, EJ's taking off. This would have been a nice one to just get at the top of the range. You could see this pair just seems to be going this morning. That would have been a nice one there. USD Swiss franc, USD CAD. Shout out to Abdul Khalifa. He is on that GJ trade. Steve, of course, I'll be watching the Oilers tomorrow night. Now I'm in a pool and I did pick Florida to win because I think Florida will win. But I am hopeful. I'd rather have a Canadian team win this time around. US 30. Let's take a look at US 30. A lot of people talking US 30. Yeah, that's not. We did have our range. We've got our range high get created. We had our range low get created. We broke below. But then we did respect that EMA, didn't we? And we really respected that EMA. And we do appear to be respecting this EMA. So if you were to take a short here, I think you'd want to take this short from much higher. I think you'd want to take a short from probably the top. You know, why? Because you're respecting the EMA. And if you're shorting from here, the distance from here to here is quite short, right? So EMA has been something we've been just taking a look at the last couple of streams, and it's been coming in handy. They want me to focus on NQ, which is absolutely fine. I'm happy to watch my NQ trade. I'm happy to get my moon take profit too today. Australian dollar, US dollar, and EU short for a scalp. Everybody shout out Vapool. He's always taking a look for me. So this was a trade that I kind of liked here. If we were looking for a trade setup, this would probably be our best trade setup of the day. So we would need price to come back up to this level right here, about our trend line. That's what we would be hoping to see on EU. And that's something that we're looking at today. And while we wait for that and we look at charts for all of you, we're also taking a look at my NQ trade. I'm trying to get all the way up to the moon TP2. So let's smash the like button. That usually helps the candle go up. And let's give a little bit of a clap right there. Everybody loves to hear a clap in their headphones early in the morning. Makes me feel good. Makes you feel good. So we've got some winners in the chat here. Holy crap. My dog's losing her mind. Honey, get over here. Be quiet. Man, I can't wait to do this stream in my mansion next year. It's gonna be just awesome. Now, I do love the background that I have here, and we'll be closer to a wall in there. But behind the monitor, I'll be looking out all my big windows and stuff. It's gonna be just awesome. I do have a picture of, I got a picture yesterday of the mansion. Let me see if I can pull that up. We just, let's see here. Yeah, I got it. So this is a picture right here. That looks terrible on stream, doesn't it? That looks awful. Anyways, it shows that we have bricks on the mansion right there. It took me a couple of years to be profitable, Stoic. I like to think I would be profitable sooner. I feel like I would have been profitable sooner now, but I started trading 16 years ago, and you know, it was just harder to get information. You were reading a lot of articles. The winners of the Wheel of Pat get 1 week free access to the VIP trading room. Yes, Krishna, we want trades. I know we want trades. I'm waiting today. I'm not because we had that news at 10 a.m. today. I'm being a bit more careful. You know, I'm a bit risky on the stream sometimes, and I know people like that. Zane, I just randomly pick people. Maybe I'll pick you, Zane Coppersmith. I do like your name. Coppersmith. Coppersmith. Alrighty, what do we got? We are looking at EU right now. We are hoping for a respected trend line. This is a potential trade that I am looking at right now. I don't want to give my NQ profit back, right? We're in this trade right now, up about 2,000. But I am looking at this as a potential trade opportunity this morning. We've been in a downtrend, so looking to trade with the trend here, see if we get a trade opportunity. Now, I do have my limit order set right now, so if we hit, we are in this trade. Not sure what I'm doing with my stops yet, but I am looking to take this trade this morning potentially, okay? I do have a limit order set. I don't want to catch this big green candle. I may remove my limit order just to avoid the big green candle here, but this could always flip on us as well. So we are approaching a minor resistance here, you know, a little bit of a minor resistance there. So let's see what type of reaction we get. Maybe we get into a trade this morning. Shout out to you in the sea. I appreciate that. All right, let's hope that our trend line holds, because I'm about to get into a trade here. This is going to be an EU trading position, trading with the trend. Now, frequently, frequently. Okay, oh, no. Tap me in before you go. Tap me in before you go. Tap me in before you go. Respect my trend line and tap me in before you go down. Thank you. Come on up and then let's go. I am almost into this trade and just kind of watching to see what type of reaction we get. Shout out to your cricket match, Umesh. I hope that you win your cricket match today. Okay, I am in the trade on EU right now, and we are hoping to get a reaction to that trend line. When I get to about $1,000 in profit, hopefully we can get out of this trade with our partial and then let the rest ride. Right now we have 13 wins and 4 losses on stream. If a trade is started before the stream, I do not count it. So we are at about a 76% win rate with trades that I give just on stream, or trades that, sorry, not that I give, trades that I take, because this is not financial advice. I do what I do, you do what you do. Somebody use some voodoo and let's get this trade cooking in our direction. Everybody smash that like button right now as we watch this trade hopefully get to a TP1. We are really playing the trend this morning, and we are playing a bit of a trend line play. Normally we've been waiting for breaks on trend line on the stream. This is probably the first time we've actually just entered off of the trend line reaction. We do have 3 green candles here, hoping to see a bearish candle break below this minor resistance that I have put here, and now a minor support level. We're hoping to break below that level, and we have about 3 minutes to do so, and then I'll start feeling a little bit better about this trade as we come back to fill in our fair value gap right here. Okay, so let's just clean up the charts a little bit right here as we mark some stuff up and as we try to flip bearish and start to fill some of this stuff in. As for our first take profit, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's just focus on this trade and hopefully fill this fair value gap a little bit. I think I'd like to see the price come to maybe middle of the FVG. Maybe middle of the FVG for TP1, but obviously I'm just going to be monitoring where that money is right now. Right, I'm at about $500 in profit on this position right now. So if I get that thing down to $1,000, I'll probably take a partial, but got a pretty positive reaction off that FVG. We want to see that fill. We want to see this candle stay bearish. We got about a minute and a half. We're hoping to close below that minor support level. This is a quick scalp, and we are cooking. I don't think it's too late to get into the NQ. Let me just go ahead and take a look at that NQ trade that I'm in right now. Obviously, you can see I have a little minor support area. That is a potential area to get in on NQ, but the area that I would be more likely to get in on NQ would be here, a potential entry, because that is a level of demand, right? So potential entry at demand zone. Very good. Still up about a few $100 there on our EU trade. Let's pull that up to the top because that is the trade that we are kind of actively watching right now, but we do want to see a close below this minor support level right there. That would certainly help us get the push that we want and get to maybe a level right here. I think would be a nice level for us to get a take profit. Something like that would be all right by me. So let's see what we could do on this trade. We got about 20 seconds for this candle to close. So hopefully it closes where we want it to close, but really in a bit of an indecision right here. Not getting the reaction we want exactly on this trade, but I'll be watching this trade for a while on EU. Hopefully we get what we want. It looks like we did not. It did close bullish above that minor support level, so we could be in a little bit of trouble here, but it is a minor support level, so I'm not saying that that's going to hurt us too badly. Now, that is about to turn bearish. Now, hopefully we get what we want on this next candle as we're starting to get a nice push down. Let's keep pushing down, and let's see if we can get up to 1,000 where I'll potentially close this trade. Let's get some likes in the chat. Let's get some claps for me right now, or clap for yourself. Clap that you're here learning or just hanging out. I'm happy for the people that learn, and I'm happy for the people that just hang out. I don't really care why you're here. I'm just happy that you are here. Now we have to close beneath the minor support. That is what we want to do. That is what we want to see. We've got 4 minutes to close beneath that minor support. It'd be even better if we just came right back down and filled that fair value gap. We're looking at that candle. It's moving. It's moving. Keep moving. Keep moving. Please, baby. Please, baby. Please, please, please. That's 1,000. Take the partial. Let's go. There we go. Take the partial. We are take profit 1. $600 banked on the position. We are now at break even, and we are in the money. Get some W's in the chat. Let me see some money. Let's fire up that cash register. We're 2-0 in the day. We are 1-0 in the stream. Let me click this right here, and you're going to see that 13-4 is now 14-4 with trades that I have taken on stream. Respected my trend line. I'm very happy about that. And this is a trading position that you could still enter if it pulls back. But now we have to start thinking about take profit too. And we also have to start thinking about spinning the damn wheel, baby. Who wins? Who wins? We got to get some winners today. Are we getting another 3 winners? Yes, we are. 3 winners. Who wants to be in VIP? You want to be in VIP, and I want you to be in VIP. So let's pick someone. We got someone named Cameron. You're a winner. We got Chester X Flips. You're a winner. And then we have Stewie Ladd. You guys are the 3 winners. We are at 6 winners today. Let's get back to that chart really quickly here. We are still at that take profit 1 level. We are pushing down even further. We got that take profit 1 hit. Can we get our take profit 2? And how is our NQ trade doing? Our NQ trade is still pushing. Where is my Moon TP? Let's get a green candle here. We are making money today. Yes, we are. I'm happy that you're in here with me. 1,400 people just hit another trade on EU, on stream. A nice little trend line scalp. Nothing wrong with that, and we are at break even. So we are chilling here with $500 in the bank, $2,500 on the day, maybe 26. Let's take a look and see our 2,300 on the day. Very nice. We've got a bunch of winners, and we are cooking. Do I think we're going to hit take profit to IDK? Well, that I don't know, because we do have our stop loss at break even, and we have our take profit right here, and the price is right here. So we're a lot closer to that break even, but we have our win, and it's okay if we break even. Don't actually break even right away. I want to watch this trade a little bit, but that is now 14-4 on stream. I know you are counting. And that was a pretty good setup. That felt like an A setup to me. And that was a decent risk reward as well. So that was a pretty good looking trade to get our first win on stream of the day. And obviously a stream that trade that I provided on stream. I am in an NQ trade. They might be pulling us out of this one, sadly. I'm at about 40 bucks. Goodbye. Okay, so we are out of that trade. someone may be re-entering. You know, are we re-entering? All right, we hit that winner right there. Very nice. What is our play now? Do we want it again? Is our trend line going to hold again? Well, let's see. Let's see. You know, we also have a play at the top of the range right here, but at that one may be a bit more difficult. Now, are we just going to hold this trend line? That is really the thought process today. We're really focused on this trend line. Now, we have, you know, 5 minutes here to see if it holds. Do I want to get back in again? I don't know. Let's see if Vapool wants me to get back in again. That's my guy. Vapool always here, but I think we're going to hang out a little bit and try and find another trading opportunity. So let's go ahead and take a look at gold. How about that? We are getting a pullback. There is a potential for a gold short. We had a big move. Have a level of supply and our EMA. So we do have a potential trade on gold this morning. This is an opportunity. I'm not sure if I'll take it or not, but this is an opportunity. Are we going to come all the way back up to our EMA, to the top of the range, and to a level of supply? That gives us 3 reasons to take the trade. 3 reasons, right? Right there. We have level of supply, we have top of range, we had close below range, and we have the EMA, and we're also just at a level of support that just flipped to resistance on the higher time frame. So that is a lot of options. Someone wants me to take a look at EJ. Let's go ahead and take a look at EJ. EJ was, yeah, look, I was saying, hey, what did I say on stream? I said, hey, we might have a little top of the range play. And if you did, look at you. You're cooking. Congratulations to you on EJ. I do think that it was a pretty good day to hit some of these GJs and UJs and EJs. If you are a trend trader, you could have followed the trend. You could have made a lot of money. Yeah, I've watched cricket. It's all right. This is a US CAD. This is a decent looking play here. You can see we broke above that level, and we are now retesting that level, right? The classic break, retest, just some basic market structure stuff happening here. And we also had the break and close above the range, also telling us that we might be bullish on the day. US CAD is a potential opportunity for us as we just continue to scour the markets for 1,350 people. Everybody, please smash that like button for me if you are enjoying the chat. I am always happy to be here with you, just winning trades and having some fun. So thank you so much for watching, and I'm not going anywhere. I'm just saying thanks for watching. Relax. Yeah, I've watched cricket before, you Mesh. I don't know why you like cricket so much, big dog. I'm more of a hockey, basketball, football, American sports, although I do watch soccer. I will watch soccer. Oh, we got the Z Germans back in here. Z Germans. No, don't sell, EJ. All of the Japanese yen pairs are pushing today, so I would not be looking to sell any of those. There's a potential entry here. If you feel good about my trading position today, it's a top of the range entry up to my moon, but I think I would be waiting for more of a pullback right there. Now, we just won our EU trade. Let's just go back into EU and see what's going on. Are we getting a break out the top of my trend line now? It looks like we are. It looks like that little minor support level that I marked up, right? A little minor support. I marked that up. I told you this is a level. We seem to respect that level. It's a good thing that I won that trade on TP1 because it could have screwed me. That's why I like to take those partials, you know? Partial, break even, decent risk reward ratio still. Look at that. Oh, jeez. Look at, did you see that push down? Right at our level of supply up there. You could have entered the trade again. And I was talking about this as a potential level. Maybe I should have done something about it. That was a nice little push down. Looks like you're still respecting the trend line. Looks like you're still respecting that trend line. I come on live at 9:30 a.m. Eastern 3 times a week. Today is Tuesday, and tomorrow I will be back. It'll be my last day of the week. So we are getting a pullback on NQ. Do I want to add to my position on a pullback here? There is the minor support level. That is one entry position. And then we have the second entry position, probably the A+ entry position, which is a level of demand right down here. Now, we go back to EU because I've been watching EU. I've really been watching this trend line. We got an entry off of this trend line right here, and we won a quick scalp just moments ago. And now I'm watching to see what kind of reaction we're getting. Now, a lot of the time when you're scalping within a range, which is very nice, right? Because we get this range high and range low set. You see the range high and range low. You could kind of be scalping between this range, kind of like my trading robot does that. Shout out to Forex Fury, the official trading robot of Trade with Pat, forexfury.com. If you ever want to use a trading robot, look no further than forexfury.com. Now, I will be creating another robot, and this is actually the first time I'm talking about it. So if you like trading robots and you like my personal range breakout trading strategy that I do on stream, I am working on developing a trading robot in my spare time. And so I will be automating this trading strategy, maybe putting a little martingale in there. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do with it, but keep an eye out for the Trade with Pat robot. That's something that I think I'll be working on for the next few months, and then maybe after summer, that's something we consider releasing to the public. So keep your eyes out. Maybe we'll have some raffle winners of the Trade with Pat robot. Oh man, these streams, I gotta get a little water, the coffee. Oh, let's take a look at GU. I was just about to walk away, but this guy's going crazy in the chat, Leonardo. Yeah, so what was my entry? I had 2 potential entries here on this one. Now, you know, we had a nice little retest on the trend line after the break here. That could have been an entry for you here on GU. Not sure what the setup is here today, honestly. We did get that break, which is nice, but we never had the close above here, right? We were looking for a close above here, and then we were looking for a retrace. We probably would have lost a position here, right? You know, if I entered at the midline, or even if I entered right here, my stop loss probably would have been right about there. So I could have been screwed on that one. Whoa, wow, shout out to Loco por las Finanzas. Yeah, so let's take a look at the indicator settings. Much appreciated on that donation. So a little bit of cash register playing, put your money in the bag, and let's just talk about that for you. So I have the EMA right here on some basic settings. You're asking for these. Just 200 close, none, 14, 2. Just simple 200 period EMA. And what we're doing when we're using the EMA is we're looking at how it's going. Okay, so a recent price action right here respected the EMA. It might happen again, right? And that's just it. Recent price action. Or sometimes you're just looking for an enter. You don't know where to enter, and you said, all right, maybe I'll enter right here. You know, maybe I'll wait for the EMA to be respected here. Maybe that's an entry. And we're just looking at that as an additional confluence. It's not the only thing I look at, but it is something that I do pay attention to from time to time. Now look, here on EU. Had a nice trade on here. Really seemed to be just almost ticking into that level, which is a level I was looking at for a potential short on EU again. And now we also have the Lux Algo Orb settings. Okay, so these are the settings for the Lux Algo Orb. Loco, this is for you. Much love for the donation. Make sure to copy these settings right here. You could pause the stream if you like. And now I'm going to explain it. You can see right here we have the top of the range and the bottom of the range. That is created by the first 3 5-minute candles or the first 15-minute candle at 9:30 a.m. Eastern, New York Stock Exchange open. Creates the range high, creates the range low. Then you want to see, if you're bearish on the day, you want to see the close, and then you want to see a pullback to a level of interest, and then you would sell, which is exactly what we did today. We waited for the price to come back here, we sold, and we won a trade right there for take profit 1. We set break even, we hit that break even, but we pulled about 500 off of this trading position earlier, and we're still looking at EU because we have this trend line and we feel pretty confident this trend line is going to hold. But if it does not hold, maybe the next trading opportunity would come from the top of our range. Why? Because we're always monitoring the range. When we get that open range created, frequently price trades within that range. So if you're taking a trade from the top of that range, you could really trade within that range and just kind of make money all day. It's harder to break out of the range and stay out of the range, but that is the range breakout strategy. You trade outside, you trade inside. You just have to know your price action, and then you could make good decisions. And I hope by watching me that you do. Sorry, GIF blocked the settings. Okay, sorry. Let me move that GIF and let me pull up those settings for you there. Everybody's losing it on me. I'm sorry, Sarah Khalif. Remove the money bag. Money bag removed, but thank you for that donation. Much love to you. 1,300 people in here. Thank you for all the people in here. Thank you for all the likes. And here we go. Looking for different trading opportunities. We did close above the trend line, but we are now still rejecting on EU. Now there is a battle between buyers and sellers here. Absolutely there is. Okay, Jeff, I hope that you won a trade with us today, or that you learned something, or that you had fun. But I appreciate you from down under. Appreciate the people from down under. Oh, so we have people telling me the USD Swiss franc is open and near our entry. That is correct, it is. So we do have a potential here. I think I will enter this trade. I think I'm gonna put my entry at the bottom of our range. I think I'll enter at the bottom of our range. How do you feel about that? You feel good? I feel good. This is, I think this is the next position of the day. So ideally what we see is kind of the next candle, potentially come down, do the same thing, kind of respect the trend line as we're seeing right now on US dollar Swiss franc. So I think this is probably going to be our second trade on stream today. Hopefully another good one. We've been on stream for already an hour and 15 minutes. So 1,283 people in chat. I can't believe that we're not getting to 1,800, 2,000. We should have 2,000 people in here. We're just winning trades. All right, chill. I got to get a little water here. Sarah, I'm buying if the green is at the top. We want to see the price go into the green. We don't want to see the price go into the red. So if the box is green on top, that is a buy trade. All right. That is what we're doing. So right now I'm waiting for an entry right here at the bottom of our range. We've had this trend line holding a little bit right here. Decent trend line. Hoping that that continues to hold. Just want to kind of tap in and then push up on the hold, right? So The wicks are fine to go through. We just don't want the candle closed through, okay? No big deal. All right, let me see. Let me get my water. I'm getting thirsty. The coffee is drying me out. And I do have my limit set, so I will be getting into this trade hopefully soon. Oh. This is TradingView. The link to TradingView is available in the video description, as well as the link to my free trading room, the link to my paid trading room, the link to my trading robot forex for anything you want, and the link to my broker. If you're wondering where I'm placing these trades, I place all of these trades on Fintura. The link to this is in the description. Low spreads, low commissions. Thank you for sponsoring the stream and our platform right here for MetaTrader 4. Now, do you want to see me log into Fintura right now? Because I'm actually going to withdraw another $70,000 from my Fintura account today. Do I do that live? Probably not. No, I probably don't do that live. This is not financial advice, okay? I am just trading. If you decide to follow my trades, you can, but you do not have to, because this is not financial advice. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at that NQ trade that we've been in all day. Major consolidation here. We are consolidating. I didn't want that. I wanted this. Consolidating. So really we're looking for a breakout of this level of resistance right here. What we're calling that a minor resistance. Can we get a breakout of that minor resistance here? Hopefully we can. And then I'm also taking a look at Swiss franc, so I'm really just monitoring a couple of pairs right here. I like to move this red box around right there, because then there's the hope that we hit it. Now we've got about 3 minutes, and we're really hoping that this current candle on NQ is going to be able to close above this level of minor resistance. If it does, then we may be able to carry on much further with this trading position. And we are pushing a little bit here, but again, this is resistance, so we keep rejecting off of this level. We really want to close above that level, and then we'll be feeling pretty good about this trade going to our moon TP2. Now, the other trade that I'm looking at is this US dollar Swiss franc. Now this did hold. Maybe this should have been a midline entry for us here, but it did hold on this level, and it is now pushing up. So we didn't get our entry yet, but I do still have a limit set. So it's very possible that this could flip down, although, hey, maybe the trend line entry was the better entry, which was the entry we did on EU. Now we also have a level of hourly resistance right here. So it is a scalp, you know, it is just kind of here, right? We don't have a big move on either side. So just watching that one. I'm using Trader Edge, but I wouldn't say that, you know, you need to buy that, honestly. You don't have to buy it. I just like to have this just to kind of show you for the streams where we are, what we're doing. 2,200 in profit and 2,200 in open trades right now. So really looking good, really having fun. Really trying to get this break above minor resistance here on NQ and just continue to stack on top of this position that we have here. That would get, I think if we get to that TP2, would be looking, close to $5,000 on the single position. So that's hopefully what we get. Jack. How do I know what entry model I'm going to use? That really comes down to gut and discretion. So it comes down to support levels, resistance levels. Maybe there's an EMA, maybe there's a demand, maybe there's a supply. There's so many damn things that I look at, but we're just trying to stack confluences. Now, we have 20 seconds here, 15 seconds here to close above minor resistance, and you know that means we are in good shape on NQ if we get a close above this level, and we are looking to close above that level. Please wait for us. Stay above there. Okay, stayed above. Ideally, I think we wanted to close a little bit higher. Maybe the close at the top would have been better, but this is decent. We are above that minor resistance, but you could easily just increase the size of this zone. But I think we might have something here. Let's move that over and see if we could push up. Let's go into Swiss franc to see what's happening here. Had a little bit of respect right here. Not 100% sure I want to take this trade still, to be honest. This is a very low momentum trade. I think I'm going to pull this. I'm thinking about pulling this off and maybe taking another closer look at EU. So I'm not feeling great about this one. I hate when I enter a trade late in stream and there's just no momentum. You can see these candles are tiny candles. Nothing's happening. I enter the trade right here and then we go like this for the next 40 minutes. I don't know if I want to do that. So I'm not sure if I'm going to enter this one, but I am going to watch it closely. Let's take a look at AUD USD for someone. Where the hell's that? Okay. They wanted me to look at AUD USD and they wanted me to look at Euro USD. So let's take a look at EU right here. EU is playing around, trading within our range now. So this was our trend line. The trend line did get broken. We were potentially entering right here. This was an area that I was looking at for a potential entry on EU. We are now trading above our trend line, which is not a good thing, but we are constantly reacting off of that minor support level I drew earlier. So we are low momentum, low volatility on both of these pairs. You can see here, not much movement, right? Candles aren't moving very much here. Candles aren't moving very much here. We are able to get a nice win on EU right here, but not much happening right now. Definitely looking at different opportunities. Let's take a look at gold. Gold right here. This is what we are waiting for. We are waiting for a pullback. Does look like we're getting a reaction right here. There was a bit of a fair value gap kind of at the bottom of our trading range, and we seem to be rejecting off of that level. Not sure if we're going to get the pullback to the entry we were expecting or hoping for, which was a bit of an A entry at supply right there. Now we are getting a nice push on NQ. The Swiss franc trade, I'm not feeling good about this trade right now, so I am going to cancel my limit order, and I'll be monitoring this one still to see if it pulls back. Our trend line has been doing a pretty good job at holding here, but I am out of the limit order on US dollar Swiss franc, and I am really waiting for this NQ position to come all the way to my moon take profit. Why did I take profit up there? People are asking. Well, let's go to the 15-minute time frame. Maybe, was it the 5-minute time frame? Let's see what I was looking at right here. You can see right here, we had a bit of a reaction at this level right here. Another reaction at that level right there. That also happened to be where we broke through the EMA, which is something that I like to look at on stream lately. I feel the EMA has kind of helped our analysis quite a bit. We are pushing up on NQ, broke through that minor resistance level, which I was hoping to break through, and after that I felt like we were really going to get a good push, and we are getting a good push on this trade. So at about 2,500 on this position, looking for other trades still, always looking for other trades still. But we do have a lot of low momentum after the news, not getting a big push on a lot of our pairs, and we do like to see big pushes. Let's break down the entry of this trade today. This was a trend line, an EMA, and support. Okay, so these are the things we were looking at. We had our trend line, 1, 2, 3 touches, and a break. Okay, let's see. Let me show you. We had the break of the trend line. We had a retest of the trend line. And look, we also had a retest of the EMA. Then we had positive momentum. That positive momentum broke previous market structure here, maybe a little change of character, right? And so I decided to enter the trading position, and ever since we've been pushing up. These are all 5-minute candles, okay? You want to see what that looks like on a line chart? I don't know why you do. I don't know why you're asking for that. But that's what that looks like on a line chart. You could see maybe a little bit of liquidity being taken out of the market right here, which is below the level of support, right? You could see a little support level right there. I feel like that was more liquidity being taken out of the markets. Then we started to respect that level. What are they? Well, it's a line chart. What the hell? I'm leaving. I'm not sticking around if this guy's looking at a line chart. And here we are. Broke through our minor resistance. This was the area I was concerned about. We finally broke through that level, and we are continuing to push up to our moon TP2. And when I hit a moon TP2, that means I will moon you. Okay, so I will do this. I will moon you, like. Okay. Is that a good bit? Everybody loves that bit. My take profit 2 is at 21645.70. Someone is looking for an EU update. Had a win on EU. EU is very low momentum right now, so we're just kind of we're like trading within the middle and the top of the range. It's a bit boring. It is a bit boring. This was an entry level I was looking at, but I do not have a limit order set on this one right now. Kind of happy with 2 wins right now. But, you know, if another trade opportunity comes, then I'll get into another trade. Obviously, I'm going to keep looking for trading opportunities today. This one does look like it's going to stay within our range here. You know, the range high and the range low. And if it stays in the range, you could obviously trade within that range, right? And that's why if I was trading in the range, right, if my expectation was to trade in this range, I would be trading from the top of the range and then, you know, taking a take profit maybe at the middle of the range and then hoping it comes to the bottom of the range for a second take profit. So that is a potential opportunity when you see price struggling, but a low momentum trade like that would keep me on stream for way too long. I've already been on stream for an hour. Do I want to be on stream for 2 hours? Maybe. Well, actually, I've been streaming for an hour and a half, so we got at least an hour. Oh, look at this. It is coming up to the top of the range like I was talking about, but I do not have an entry set on this one. Not sure if I'm going to be placing this trade. This is the first sign of momentum we've seen in a while, a pretty decent push, but it is on the buyer side of things, so we're chilling. And no more anxiety. Possible entries for gold. Sure, I could do that for you. This is the possible entry for gold that I was looking at. You can lower this as well. If you want, you could pull this down a little bit right here because we have the EMA entry. And that is within our level of supply still. So this, we have, first, we have the big blue box right here. This is crazy. Can I type? No, I can't type in that one. Will it show? Yeah, supply over there. That's more of a resistance level. Okay, so we have resistance level is the big blue box that we have. Then we have level, and that's like a higher time frame. Then we have a supply level right here. That's this little box right here. Okay, that's our supply. Then we have the EMA right there. So maybe an enter on the EMA. We have already broken out the bottom and closed. Now waiting for a retrace to the level of supply right here for a potential sell down back to the bottom of the box with a take profit probably at this area right here, the lower range where price has been rejecting. That's too many lines on the chart, but I hope that did help you out with the explanation. Now Nasdaq trade is pushing towards take profit 2 here, and I am ready for that to happen, right? So that would be only wins on the stream today, and really just watching trades not in drawdown. You know, it's much more fun when I stream when we're just watching trades in profit. Yes, watching a trade in profit. And when we get to that TP2, you know what happens. We open up the Wheel of Pat. So let's just continue to watch this trade play out. Nick, the entry for the NQ trade was a bit lower down. I had a B entry right here, and I had an A plus entry right here. The minor resistance was an entry as well, more of a C entry, because, you know, price is starting to get exhausted. But as you can see right now, we are continuing to push up on this trade right here. We've been at break even on this trade for a while, so this has been risk-free. We had our first take profit level right here, and that was about a 1 to 2.1 risk reward ratio. As we continue to push up and get close to the Wheel of Pat, right now 3,000 on this position, already pulled. I think it was 1,700 on the first take profit on this position. So this is going to be a position that does over 5,000 hopefully, if we can push all the way up. Shout out to everybody in the chat. 1,167 viewers. That's awesome. I like to be at 1,200. Thank you, Shadow Trader. Much love to you. Well, we don't need to see the Jeep logo. I'm a Porsche man. You know I'm a Porsche man, not a Jeep man. I just like the shirt. Right? I am a Porsche man. See? The Porsche. Maybe leave those there for good luck. Leave the Porsche right there for good luck as we try to get through and get our take profit on our Moon TP2. Currently sitting at about 2,800, 1,700 already taken at TP1. I have not done, I do trail stop sometimes I use that in my robots, but on stream I haven't trailed stop very much. We're looking at this trade, and we're hoping that we get that Moon TP2. Is there like a picture of a moon that I could put up there? Now we're talking some serious business. Let me say, is there a moon or something? What type of objects do we have? What type of objects do we have? We have money. We could have a little picture of money right there. You like that? Who likes that? All right. How about that? How about that? Now we're getting fancy on stream. We have little pictures. Shout out to Brandon. Shout out to Greg. Fresh Mag, you're the best trader. I know. Shout out to the chat. I am watching the chat today, hanging out with the chat today, and holy crap, let's go. Let's ever since I put that little picture of money, it wants to get there. So let's smash the like button. Let's do a little clap, and let's try and get to that TP2. What are we talking on this trade? What are we looking at here? We're looking at about 3,000 right now, 1,700 already on TP1. Shout out to you in Switzerland. You are watching a master at work right now. And I don't see any resistance about to stop us here. So I like this trade, and I want to see this trade close in profit for us today. Master Z, I definitely do use supply and demand. If you notice right down here, this was my demand zone entry for re-entry. If price came back down, I would have added to my position right here. Instead, it came to minor support. But this was an area, a demand area. You'll notice that I'm constantly stacking stacking and stacking confluences. So I use supply and demand, I use support and resistance, I use range breakouts, but I'm adding all of these things together, and I'm also using trend lines and EMAs on this trade. Right here, you can see we had a trend line break, and we had the EMA get respected right there, and then we waited for a little bit of a break of this level right here. Felt like that was a pretty good level to get into the trade. Got into the trade at that level, and we are now pushing up, trying to get to this TP2. The moon TP2 is what everybody's calling it. Everyone's very excited about it being called the moon TP2. So let's shift a couple of these things over here to make sure that we get the take profit that we want, right? One more over, there we go. Haven't had really any resistance in a while on that. I was talking about this trade. I told you, hey, once we break through this minor resistance right here, I think we're going to push hard, and that's exactly what's happened. Now, it doesn't always go that way, but when you are the magic man, magic seems to happen all the time. Here we go for our moon TP2. Let's see if we can push all the way up right here. Let me see some likes. What do we got? 1,100 people in here. I want 1,100 likes, okay? I am here begging for your likes. Hope everybody's doing great today. I'm having an awesome day. This is a much better stream than yesterday. Now, yesterday was still a profitable stream, but the problem is I opened this trade. It stayed in drawdown. We were just watching drawdown all day. And now this is a much better trade to watch at about 3,000. Do we have a little bit of a rejection happening right here? I hope not. I'd like to push all the way through this and maybe get into another sort of trading position. Malik, I'll look at supply and demand on any time frame. Any time frame. On this one, you can see this was a demand zone on the M5 time frame. You can see M5 selected up there. But if there's a demand or a supply on the 1 hour, on the 15-minute, I'll take that all into consideration. Now, I don't do a lot of higher time frame chart work during the streams. I find that quite boring. I do a lot of that behind the scenes. Let's stay bullish on this candle, please. Do seem to be getting a little bit of a minor rejection at this level right here. So is that a minor resistance? Way too early to say, but let's mark that up and just kind of monitor that level. It's very possible price just wants to come and fill this fair value gap right here. Do you want to fill this FVG before you move back up? Maybe you do, right? Filling our little FVG, and then let's get a good reaction off of that FVG, ideally. Push through that last level of resistance, hit the moon TP2. Look, I got the Porsche keys here for good luck. How do we get those? Beautiful. Okay, let's fill that FVG here, and then let's push back up. I'm trying to do funny things like Porsche keys, maybe put it on a pile of money. Someone's gonna come in the stream and go, what the hell's going on here? Waleed wants me to close my trading position right here. But what, I got another hour or so on stream while we look for trades. Maybe I just need to change the color of this. Maybe that's what we need, right? See, this is the things you do when you're trading. You're waiting for a trade. I'm always looking for new entries. I think someone was telling me they wanted me to look at Swiss franc again. I could give that a gander. So this was a trade that I was interested in entering, but it was very, very low momentum. We could have easily entered off of the trend line right here, but even still, we'd probably just be getting close to our take profit one, and we are at what? An hourly resistance level, so that is a tough level. It didn't give us a lot of room from here to here, which is why I wanted to trade from the bottom of the range back to the top right there. So maybe rejecting off of that level right now, potentially giving you a trade opportunity, but very, very low momentum, right? Not a lot of volatility in the market, not getting a big push. Let's go back over to my Nasdaq trade as we hopefully get this thing closed out on stream here today. That's what we want to see. That's what you want to see. punch, punch, punch. All right, punch, punch, punch. Put that, clip, punch, punch, punch. Let's take a look at gold. This is the gold trade that I was considering. You can see right here, it's an entry at the EMA, at the top of the range, at the level of supply, within the level of resistance. But we do have a level right here of minor resistance that appears to be holding. Let's go back into NQ, see if we could flip bullish, close out this trading position. Now, someone was already telling me in the chat to get the hell out of this position, and I told them to leave me alone. I want my moon TP2. I haven't been waiting on this trade all morning to give it up now. I want it. I want it. This is the last level that we have to break. So let's break through that level and let's come across right here to the moon TP2, okay? That is what we're hoping to see on NQ right now. Eric, I am working potentially having a Nasdaq trading room or Nasdaq US 30, basically everything except gold, because I have a gold trading room already, but I am considering that moving forward. Let's see if we could get a little bit more momentum on this candle. Please like the video if you have not liked the video. Make sure, well, we got 1,100 people in here. Are all of you subscribed? No. So please subscribe to the channel. We have, what I've done, 18 trades in here. I've won 14 out of 18 trades that I've provided on stream, or not provided, that I've traded, because I'm not a financial advisor. So just happen to have a great win streak going. Last week we had a win streak of 7 in a row. This week our best streak, I believe, is 2 in a row. Or what are we at right now? We're at 2 in a row right now. Yeah. So we had the EG trade at the end of yesterday's stream that went into about 3,100 for me, and then we had a quick trade today. I think I banked about 500 on that. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Trader Edge results. Yeah, we did about 550 on a partial already. So that was on stream today, and we are kind of within a new little range between this fair value gap and a little bit of minor resistance right here. Are we going to push up? I'm not sure, but I'm hoping that we don't come all the way back down to this resistance level. It may take that. Then that one guy in the chat's gonna go, Pat, what's going on? Praveen, you know, this isn't always just Pat's giving new trades, you know. I'm looking for I've looked at for a few opportunities. I was looking at this right here on USG Swiss franc. We didn't reach entry. I was looking at this one right here on EU. Ooh, man, I should have took it. I should have took it. Look at this one. Yeah, but I would have missed it. You can see I was a bit higher, right? I was a little bit higher on my entry, so I would have missed the entry here. Maybe spread would have got me into this one, so that would have been a nice one. Maybe one of you took it. I don't know. I don't know. Doesn't matter. We've had such a good day today. We've got 1,100 people in here. I'm sitting at about 2,700 on my NQ position. You know, we're looking at a potential $5,000 day. Although I'm hoping to get to 10,000 on one of these streams. I'd really like to do that. Oh. What should I have for lunch, guys? What should I eat for lunch today? Tell me in the chat. Webb took it, so Webb's in it. We've got a few people in this EU trade right now. Absolutely cooking. Absolutely cooking. So shout out to everybody that took the EU trade. It's a little bit easier when you're off stream. Someone wants me to have a chicken wrap. I think I will have a chicken wrap, Brandon. I appreciate that advice. Pizza? Pizza on a Tuesday? I know I worked out this morning, but chill out with pizza. Shout out to everyone who got in that EU trade. I love when you get in the trades and I don't get in the trades. Well, not really, but I love it anyways. Look at this here. Just hanging out. Kind of losing momentum here on NQ, but we are hoping to push up and get that win. Laser wasn't taking it. Ooh, Taco Tuesday. Yeah, maybe I'll make some tacos tonight. Oh, here we go. Flip bullish. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. I like to clap. Come on, push that thing up. Give me a like on this. Let's get a nice bullish candle right here. I don't want to limp dick out of this trade, right? I want to smash that moon TP2. Let's move this over an inch. How about that? There we go. Back in business. Sitting at about 2800 here. Losing a ton of momentum though. Can we get a big candle? Can we get a big green candle? Relax. You know what I want. Salmon? Yeah, I'll have salmon for dinner tonight, actually. I certainly will. The EU trade is crushing. Yeah, this was the trade that I was really happy about, and I didn't take it. But again, that would have been a sniper entry. It's very possible I would have not got into this one, but it looks like a few people did get into this one. Yep. EU is going down as expected, and it broke through that minor support level, almost retapped into that minor support level. Really, really awesome stuff. Look, we did get a fill of this FVG right here. It might be respecting that level, so be careful if you're in this trade. Consider taking a partial, guys, because this may start coming back on you now, right? Little FVG fill. And if we are trading within the range, which we appear to be trading within the range, we may just be coming up to the top of that range. Might give you another opportunity to actually get into that trade. Here we are on NQ, waiting for this one to push up. Still waiting for this one to close. Our best entry right now, out of all of the entries, probably this gold entry right here. This is probably our best entry right now. Really should have got into this EU entry, kind of kicking myself in the ass for not taking this one. I don't like it when I give you a trade and then I don't take it, and then everyone takes it, and then they make fun of me in the chat. Stop making fun of me in the chat. All right, people want me to take a look at US CAD right now. US CAD is hitting our range low right now. And we did just get a bit of an indecision candle, which is a good sign right here. So that is a decent sign right there. But we do have a huge fair value gap right here. Price can still suck up into that fair value gap. So this could be a range. And so at that point, if it is coming all the way up, then let's just consider something like this. Sorry, wrong way. Don't buy. Don't yell at me. Stop yelling. Chat, relax. Stop yelling at me. All right, what are we doing here? Potentially something like this. Why? You know, price is coming up anyways, right? Price is coming up quite aggressively. We're going to want it to come all the way up. We want price to exhaust. And that would give us, you know, level of supply. That would give us the EMA, right? EMA. And that would also give us the top of our range. So a few different options on US CAD to sell from here today. All right. That made you happy? I hope that made you happy. Well, I'm glad that everyone is very thankful. You won't have to thank me when this trade closes, though. So I think this trade closing will be all the thanking that I need. So let's open some room for this candle here. Let's open a little room for this moon TP2, sitting at about 3,000 in profit right now. Someone told me to close this trade. I did not listen to them, and they want to be right, but I want to be right. So I am sticking in this trade and trying to wait for this thing to close here. Oh, sorry about all the GIFs. This is why you guys are here, to tell me what to do. Thank you, Sarah. It's always Sarah Khalifa. She's always in there saying, Pat, look at your damn screen, dummy. Shout out to John Greenberg. Shout out to all my J's in the chat. Shout out to Khaled. And how is the EU trade going for all of those EU traders? This is the one that I was trying to get into, and you guys got into this and I didn't. So good for you. All right, what the hell happened here? Open my NQ chart, please. There you go. This chart was freezing a little bit. We are getting close now. We are getting very close. And yeah, I hit it on my spread. I am out of the trade. You could see, sorry, I am out of the trade. Let me lower that right there. I just closed that trade on my MetaTrader. The spread pushed me to take profit. Absolutely beautiful. So another W on chat. This one for over 3,000, I think 1,700 on the first. So let's go ahead and spin the wheel of Pat. Here we go. Do we have winners? We already have 6 winners today. So are we going to have any more, or are we going to have 0? We have 1 winner. Who is going to be that 1 winner this time? I think it's going to be Abel Adekwu. Abel Adekwu. You know, I like to pick the weird names because I love a good weird name. Like to test my diction. All right, look at this. Let's move this stuff out of here. This is absurd. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Absolutely absurd. Let's go ahead into the Trader Edge. Take a look at those results today. $5,312.50. Who the man is? I'm who that man is. There it is. That's what it looks like, marked up. Potential entry down here, minor support right here, minor resistance right here, fair value gap right here, and our moon take profit right there. Shout out to FinTurret for giving me a good exit. That is my broker. If you're looking to trade where I trade, check out the FinTurret brokerage. Download MetaTrader Floor, blah, blah, blah. Great brokerage, low commissions, low spread, all that sort of thing. Take a look at the results. Very good results. Make sure that you are following me on Instagram at FX Trade with Pat. I won the trade, so now you have to follow me. And if you follow me there, then you might as well follow me on Twitter as well. Can I do 5K in a single live trading stream? That is the goal. Maybe I can, maybe I can't. Let's get some views, some likes on some of my tweets here. I'd love to get more followers on Twitter. 6,116, so please follow me there. We've had absolutely incredible day trading today with you folks, and that is probably it. We're gone. We're out of here. I'll see you later. I love you. See you tomorrow, 9:30